What is going on, guys? It's your boy Dylan the Villain coming back at you with some Total Extreme Wrestling 2020. We're playing the WWF in 1997. It's Monday, week 2 of May of 1997. And you know what that's time. You know what Monday night means. It's time for some Monday Night Raw. Raw is war, as we are like to call it now. In an abysmal pre-show match, Mike Awesome defeated the Brooklyn Brawler by pinfall with an Awesome Bomb. Mike Awesome, one of the newest developmental signees in the developmental company, now that I don't have a partnership with ECW to where I can send my developmental workers, but he is one of the newest signings for the developmental. Wanted to see where Mike Awesome is at. He will also be one of the stars on Sunday Night Heat. He will also be featured on Sunday Night Heat. And he defeats the Brooklyn Brawler with an Awesome Bomb. The match got a 29. Mike Awesome with a 36. Not bad for a lower card guy. Brooklyn Brawler with a 26. Announcing quality. And he benefited from having a hot new move. Awesome Bomb. Nice. Not bad at all. We move on to our next segment. And it is... Well, Brooklyn Brawler probably could have put the match together better. Hopefully he's not in other segments. But one of our featured premier young tag teams coming up, who has been featured on the pre-show heavily, not yet quite made it to the main Monday Night Raw or Shotgun Saturday Night. They've been a lot of pre-show matches. But with the addition of Sunday Night Heat, maybe we can give them a storyline to where they can start advancing up the card a little bit faster and everything like that. I really don't want to send them to developmental. I mean, it's Edge and Christian. You know, I really don't want to send them to developmental. But if sending them to developmental will get them some more TV time and more experience, I guess I can say, then, hey, I got to do what I got to do. But Edge and Christian pick up the win over the Pitbulls in 13-24 when Edge pinned Pitbull number 1, which I believe it is this guy, with a spear. I'm thinking about naming them the real names here. Yeah, thinking about just naming them the real names. We picked up the Pitbulls from ECW. We signed them to developmental contracts. Edge and Christian showed excellent chemistry. Pitbull number 1 and 2 have the tag team specialist. Brooklyn Brawler, who is also a wrestler and a road agent, probably could have done a lot better putting the match together. Announcing quality gave the match a boost, and so did color. Hopefully, Brooklyn Brawler is not being road agent for anything else. I might take him off of that and make him strictly an enhancement talent for younger guys and stuff like that. But we're going to move on to the opening segment of the night. I believe it is the opening segment. And it is, and it got a 95. Not bad, not bad. When booking the show, I had a real hard time trying to bring everything back together the way I wanted it to be. Because Shotgun Saturday Night, I booked the match, the main event between Steve Austin and Kane. And then after I started running the show, I realized it wasn't supposed to be Steve Austin and Kane. But we're just gonna run with it. We're gonna run with it. It was supposed to be Steve Austin versus Sid, but we're gonna do that match tonight. That's where the story was supposed to go. But we are going to get on with it, I guess. In this segment, Shane McMahon and the Big Show are in the office with Bret Hart. Bret Hart's talking about pretty much talking about how Shane should have his back. Vince had Bret Hart's back before Vince got injured by the hands of The Undertaker and Sting and Kane before they attacked Vince McMahon. Bret Hart said that Vince had his back, and Vince wouldn't let the number 1 contender, The Undertaker, basically destroy everything that Vince worked for. Vince will try to find a way, and Shane's like, I do have a way. I take loyalty way more important than my father does. Obviously, loyalty bit my dad in the ass, and I take loyalty to the next level. That is why I personally re-signed Psycho Sid. Psycho Sid comes in, and he's standing there and everything like that. He's looking all menacingly and stuff. And Shane goes, I personally signed back Psycho Sid to be my personal bodyguard. And Big Show's kind of taken back by this statement because, as we know, Vince hired Big Show to protect Vince McMahon and Shane, basically the McMahon family. And so Big Show's kind of taken back at this, and he looks at Shane, and Shane goes, oh, don't worry. Don't worry, Show. You are also going to be my bodyguard, but you've been competing a lot, so when you're competing, Sid will be here with me, and when Sid's competing, you'll be here with me. Big Show's kind of, he kind of has that face like he has in this picture, like, I really don't like this, and stuff like that. And Sid goes, thanks for hearing me out, Shane, and re-signing me back to the World Wrestling Federation. He's like, I love being here in the World Wrestling Federation. I'm a former world champion, and I'm glad that you signed me back. And I'm one of the few men in this company who has actually beaten The Undertaker 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. Shane's like, yeah, that's why I hired you back. And he goes, I'll give you your first test, Sid. I'll give you your first test. You see, I've been having this problem with this guy named Stone Cold Steve Austin. A few weeks ago, he hit me with a stunner, and Sid's like, yeah, I've seen that. He hit you with a stunner and everything like that. And Brett's kind of just like, well, he kind of, like, even though me and Austin don't see eye to eye, he kind of had my back when you didn't have my back. And Shane's just like, oh, that's all going to change now. Trust me. We have Sid. I have Show. Everything's going to change. So tonight, Sid, you're going to go one-on-one with Steve Austin, and I want you to take care of Austin. I want you to teach him a lesson, and Bret Hart's kind of just like, he's standing there, and he's kind of like, well, I really don't like Austin, but it doesn't seem right. And Big Show's the one who speaks up, and he goes, didn't you tell him that it's all water under the bridge now, Shane? You're kind of going back on your word. And Shane's just like, well, I don't think Austin learned his lesson from Shotgun Saturday Night going against Kane. And he really never beat Kane. No, there was no winner in the match. It was a double count out. And he's like, I understand Austin had to do what Austin had to do, but I need to fill out this top 5 of competitors so I know who to give title shots to, when to give title shots to, all this stuff. And he's like, and Sid being a former world champion, I mean, hell, if you can beat Austin tonight, Sid, I mean, you're pretty much the one who's probably going to take out The Undertaker. Yeah, I mean, if he does beat Bret Hart for the title. And Bret Hart's standing there, he's just like, man, whatever. And Bret Hart, he looks at Shane right in the eyes, and he goes, Shane, my dad once told me something. I'm pretty sure you know who my dad is. I mean, everybody knows who my dad is, but my father once told me something. He told me, son, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And I'm pretty sure that's what Austin's doing. So if you want to put Austin in the match, Shane, then go right ahead. If you want to punish him and beat him up, go right ahead. I ain't going to stop you. I'm actually going to be pleased to see that. But Austin did save my ass a couple weeks ago. And I guess I returned the favor on Shotgun Saturday Night, even though he did hit me with a stunner. But I'm a man of my word, and I'm going to let that be water underneath the bridge. I got bigger fish to fry with The Undertaker. And Big Show's the one who, Big Show's, he's starting to get frustrated and stuff like that. And he goes, how come I can't face Austin? And Shane's just like, no, man, I need you here with me. You haven't been doing so hot lately. You stay. Let Sid take care of Austin. Big Show's starting to get frustrated, and Big Show storms out of the office and everything. And Psycho Sid looks at Shane, and he's just like, I'm gonna put him down for the count. You won't have any more problems with Austin after I'm done with him. And Shane's just like, yeah, I hope so. That's what the hell I'm paying you for. But segment got a 95. Steve Austin came looking good. Bret Hart, everything, blah, 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 blah. Basically, setting up tonight's main event for Psycho Sid versus Steve Austin. Psycho Sid is now also the personal bodyguard of Shane McMahon. Even though Vince McMahon hired the Big Show to be a bodyguard to the McMahon family, it looks like Shane's trying to replace the Big Show here. And Big Show's not too pleased about it. So we'll see where that goes. We're going to go on to the next segment. And it is our opening contest on the main card. In a bout that had terrible wrestling, non-existent crowd heat, APA. Defeat the Godwins once again when Bradshaw pinned Phineas O'Godwin after a clothesline. It doesn't say that. I've changed his finisher. But Farouk carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. Farouk with a 73. Bradshaw almost with a 40. He's getting popped. Phineas with a 47. And Henry with a 28. Phineas and Henry with the tag team special bonus. Like always, announcing quality and color gave the match a boost, and Farouk is getting better at his badass gimmick. Match got a 64. What a way to open up this show. I believe we have a promo after this. It is. And it's Jim Cornette. Lord have mercy, do I love Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette goes, a few weeks ago, my client Dwayne Gill, well, I should say my former client, Dwayne Gill, had to vacate the World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight title, who was won in a terrific, outstanding contest, terrific contest featuring Bret Hart and Steve Austin, obviously Bret Hart being the winner. With Dwayne Gill in critical condition by the hands of the nasty man they call Vader, that big fat piece of shit, Vader, putting my former client, Dwayne Gill, into the hospital. I have searched the lands far and wide, looking for a new client to take underneath my wing and to showcase his talent here in the World Wrestling Federation. I've searched Japan. I searched Australia. I searched Europe. I searched South America. I searched Mexico. I searched Canada. And it was here, right here in my backyard in the good old United States that I found my perfect client. My client is technical. My client can fly. Oh, wow, he can fly high. My client can out-wrestle anybody here on the World Wrestling Federation roster, and I guarantee that. My man has charisma. My man has everything. Why, you could probably even say he's probably the whole fucking show when he gets here. And with that being said, coming very, very soon to a TV near you, I will debut my new client. And you will be calling him Mr. Monday Night, because when he gets on your television screens, ladies and gentlemen, the ratings will go up. And he will be everything. He will be Mr. Monday Night. He'll be Mr. Shotgun Saturday Night. He'll be Mr. Pay-Per-View. Hell, if he wants to compete on Sunday Night Heat with the C talent level that we have on that show, hell, he will even run that damn thing. He's going to be your Intercontinental Champion, your World Champion, your Tag Team Champion, and he don't even need a partner because he's that damn good. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot wait for my new client to debut. He personally called me and said, Jim, I see that you need somebody. I see that you need to take somebody into the World Wrestling Federation. And he called me up and he said, Jim, I love working Mondays. I'm sick and tired of wrestling in these bingo halls for these stupid, moronic, idiotic fans who don't know a wristwatch from a wrist lock. I'm tired of fighting against wrestlers who are greener than moose shit when I'm slicker than cum off a gold tooth. My client, I picked up the phone and I was holding the phone to my ear when he was telling me all this. And I said, look, let me talk to corporate and I'll definitely get you signed. Let me get a hold of talent relations and I'm positive that they're going to pick you up and sign you in a heartbeat if you're willing to come here. He said he's tired of his checks bouncing. He's tired of getting whacked in the head with steel chairs and having to fly through tables. So, coming to a TV near you, keep your eyes peeled for Mr. Monday Night, Mr. Saturday Night, Shotgun Saturday Night, Mr. Sunday Night Heat, and soon to be Mr. Pay-Per-View, Rob Van Dam. The whole fucking show, the whole company, and I can't wait for you to see him in action. The segment got a 78. Jim Cornette looking good. He improvised through the segment well. I mean, I tried to drop hints and just leave it at that, but everybody knows who Mr. Monday Night is, who the whole fucking show is. Rob Van Dam. Everybody knows who that is. So, Rob Van Dam is the new client of Jim Cornette. Obviously, Rob Van Dam can't be here tonight with Jim Cornette. Rob Van Dam has some prior commitments in a company that shall not be named on my recordings anymore. Extremely Crappy Wrestling. Rob Van Dam says he's tired of working for Extremely Crappy Wrestling. He's ready to make some real fucking money. And the only person who can make him some real fucking money, and that's Jim Cornette, baby. As you've seen, Jim Cornette took Dwayne Gill and made him a fucking superstar before he got injured. So, Rob Van Dam looking to become a megastar here in the World Wrestling Federation. Keep your eyes peeled for the debut of Rob Van Dam. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm super excited that I was able to pick up Rob Van Dam. And it looks like Jim Cornette is very happy that that Rob Van Dam is also his newest client. We're going to see where that goes. But we're going to move on to our next match. And it is the first and debut matchup. For those of y'all watch Shotgun Saturday Night, y'all have seen who debuted here in the World Wrestling Federation. And it is none other than Ultimo Dragon with a 65. Jesus Christ. In a bout that had sub-pro wrestling but non-existent crowd heat, Ultimo Dragon, who making his debut match, defeated one of his long-term rivals, in my personal opinion, if you watched wrestling in WCW back in the day, Jushin Thunder Liger, in 8-19 by pinfall. The match got a 64. Ultimo Dragon with a 65 and Jushin Thunder Liger with a 53. Mexico's finest storyline advances. We try to get a post-match interview with Ultimo Dragon, but he refuses. He just refuses. And they ask him, why are you here? Are you looking to become number one contender for the WWF, the World Wrestling Federation light heavyweight title? And Ultimo Dragon, he refuses to say anything. So we go to commercial and we come back. And we have Michael Cole, who performed poorly in this segment, interviewing Jeff Jarrett once again. And Jeff Jarrett's just like, Can I get another interviewer other than you? Every single freaking time I try to come out here and do an interview, I get teamed up with you stupid corny little slapnut. And you're always asking me about Shane Helms. Well, let me tell you something. Shane Helms is not here anymore. Alright? Shane Helms went somewhere else. I don't know where the hell Shane Helms is. Just because he was my personal security guard and my tag team partner, which I hated him more than any damn thing. He can go jump in a ditch for all I care. I don't care where Shane Helms is. I don't care. Because Jeff Jarrett's here, and I got my eyes on the prize, the World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight title, the World Wrestling Federation Intercontinental Championship, and I done said it, and I said it again. I will be in the King of the Ring. I will qualify for the King of the Ring when the tournament is up. After this pay-per-view, the King of the Ring tournament will take place. I will go on and win the King of the Ring. I will go on and main event SummerSlam and beat the World Wrestling Federation champion. I will beat anybody that they put in the ring with me. I'm on a winning streak. I'm unstoppable. Get the hell out of my face, Slapnut. I'm going to the ring. The segment got a 64. Michael Cole didn't even get a chance to ask him a question. Jeff Jarrett's sick and freaking tired of getting interviewed by Michael Cole. I mean, this is Michael Cole here, but The announcing quality gave the match a boost, like always. The segment a boost. Jeff Jarrett looked pretty good. I mean, Michael Cole performed poorly. He didn't even get a word in, so I guess that's about true. But Jeff Jarrett came out looking excellent. We move to the next segment, and he defeats... Oh, that's not great. Brooklyn Brawler was also the road agent for this match, so I got to take Brooklyn Brawler off. In a good match, though, Jeff Jarrett defeats Jake Roberts, the returning Jake Roberts, who came out of rehab tonight. This is the first night he's back in the company. The match got a 60, both of them with a 73, not bad. Road agent penalized it, but Jake Roberts was penalized due to the effects of going through personal issues. Hopefully... okay. Hopefully he doesn't relapse. That would suck. I'm a huge Jake Roberts fan, especially as a kid. But I'm showing my age there, I guess. Huge Jake Roberts fan as a kid growing up with that feud with Macho Man and Undertaker and all that stuff as a kid. Man, that was awesome stuff. I love Jake Roberts. I'm glad he's doing better now, but hopefully in the game in 1997, he doesn't relapse. And I have to send him back to rehab, and that would suck. That would suck, monkey balls. But Jeff Jarrett picking up the win, still staying undefeated by beating Jake Roberts by submission. Match got a 60, both of them with a 73. Announcing quality gave the match a boost. We're going to move on to the next segment. Oh, not bad. And it is a segment that got an 86. Raven cutting a promo with the Hardys behind him. And they're like in a New York alleyway with the fire escape. You know, and the Hardys are up above the fire escape, and Raven's kind of like just sitting on the ground by a trash can with the Hardys above him. And Raven says, as you've seen, and I'm pretty sure all you smart marks out there who think you know everything there is to know about this business believes that I'm here in the World Wrestling Federation and I'm going to wrestle and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to win this and I'm going to win that. You don't know jack diddly squat. Because as all these smart marks know, I'm still signed to ECW. I still work for Paulie dangerously. I still wrestle in bingo halls. And I still beat people over the head with steel chairs. I seen these two young men who are lost with no direction, who are jobbing to the headbangers of all tag teams, not making a name for themselves, not going anywhere anytime soon, who look like the Rockers, who wanted to be these high flyers, these risk takers, and I pulled them aside and I told them, kids, you can't be putting your body through that much pain and torment. Just look. And I asked him, I said, well, who's your heroes? And the first person that they mentioned was Mick Foley. And to my disgust, I rolled my eyes and I chuckled and laughed. And I asked them why. And they said that the way that he puts his body on the line in these hardcore death matches. And I stopped him right there and I told him that that's just barbaric. Why would you do that? I mean, you can have a career for 5 years or you can have a career for the next 25 years. It's up to you. And they both looked at me. And they both agreed. And they both accepted to join my flock. To follow me as their leader, as their mentor, as their guidance. No more will you be seeing the Hardys jump off the top rope onto the floor, or flip over the top rope like your luchador or cruiserweight wrestlers do. No more will you be seeing them take high risk. No more will you be seeing them put their bodies on the line or torture and mutilate themselves just for a lousy paycheck. Just so these stupid fans in the arena will cheer their names. I told them it doesn't matter if the fans cheer your name. It doesn't care. They're not the ones who put food on your table. You're the one who puts food on your table with your hard work and your dedication. So why torture yourself and put yourself in that kind of pain for nothing? Just so you can be remembered today? Because Lord knows that nobody's going to remember Mick Foley 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Hell, I'm positive by the year 2000, Mick Foley will be a beaten down, broken old man who can barely get around because he's done fallen and jumped off and thrown himself up and blew himself up and cut himself open so many times that due to the amount of concussions that he has, he won't even remember who the hell his son is, let alone his daughter. All these fans like to cheer and bang bang and ooh, do love and all this stuff because he's been hit in the head with a chair so many times he doesn't even know who the hell he is half the time. He doesn't know whether he's Do Love, Mankind, or Cactus Jack. He doesn't even know. He just goes with it. He just wakes up in the morning and goes, oh, well, yeah, I guess I'm Cactus Jack today. Who knows? Maybe once these kids beat him up again, he might turn into Santa Claus for all we know. I don't know if y'all remember, but a few years ago, he got powerbombed on the outside of the ring and had a concussion so bad that it gave him amnesia, and he thought he was a sailor wandering around in Iowa or something. I can't even remember the state. That's how beat up and battered Mick Foley is. He's just one more chair shot away from permanent brain damage, from being paralyzed for the rest of his life. And I told these young men, I said, do you want to live your life like that? And they told me no. They told me to guide them. Just give them direction. And then you have a man like Terry Funk who's so beaten and battered that he doesn't know when to call it quits. Hell, he's been wrestling before I even was born, before I was even thought of, and he's still getting in the ring because he doesn't know how to manage his money, because he has to buy so many painkillers because his hip replacements, and from all the concussions and medical bills that he has from blowing himself up over in Japan. Is that really what you fans glorify? Is that what you like cheering for? You like the hardcore? You like violence? Well, I came here to the World Wrestling Federation because somebody was going around saying that they're the king of hardcore, and all the fans were saying that they're the king of hardcore, when I literally work in a company whose name is Extreme Championship Wrestling. And not only was I the world champion, but I was the longest reigning world champion. I beat Cactus Jack. I beat Terry Funk. I beat a genocidal, homicidal maniac. I beat a man who thought he was a Tasmanian devil. Hell, I even beat the franchise of ECW. And I even beat the fans' beloved homemade talent that they cheer for, that they root for. And he has the audacity to call himself the king of hardcore, the king of extreme. Mick, you think that you're sick and demonic and you're twisted all up in your head, but you have no clue what it's like. Mick, you have no clue what it's like. And I'm going to show these kids what it's like. And I'm going to show the fans at home what it's like. And with these kids by my side, I'm going to take back what is rightfully mine. And everybody will hail the king, the real king of hardcore. Me, Raven. So count down the days, Mick, because I'm going to put you in a wheelchair for the rest of your life. And you can quote the Raven, nevermore. But after that awesome segment, we move on. And for the fans who have been keeping up with this, I've had multiple people ask me multiple times and was just like, well, what the hell is this going? Like, who's the bad guy here? Well, here in the World Wrestling Federation, I don't like to put labels on people of who's bad and who's good. I don't like doing that. That's for your interpretation. If you think Kurt Angle's a good guy because he's from the USA, hey, cheer for Kurt Angle. If you love Kurt Angle, cheer for Kurt Angle. If you love Owen Hart, cheer for Owen Hart. Just because they do underhanded tactics and do stuff to win doesn't necessarily make them a bad guy. One of my favorite sayings of all time, even the bad guy believes that he's the good guy in his own story. Every bad guy believes that they are the good guy in their own story. And I keep that to heart. Look at Darth Vader, right? Darth Vader believes, Anakin Skywalker believed he was doing the right thing for Padme. And I hate to get onto a Star Wars rant here and prove to y'all that I'm a huge nerd, but Anakin Skywalker believed that he was the good guy, and still believed he was the good guy until the bitter end, when he finally realized that he was doing some fucked up shit for the Emperor. You know? And that's the way I like telling a story. Even the bad guy thinks that he's the good guy in his own mind. With that out of the way, in this segment, for those of y'all who've been keeping up with it, Kurt Angle has been finding every reason in the book. Week after week, Kurt Angle has not been medically cleared to face Owen Hart. And Kurt Angle brought documentation to Shotgun Saturday Night showing that he can't compete. You know, he's not been medically cleared. And Owen said on Shotgun Saturday Night, if you come up with another excuse, then Owen's just going to go and whoop his ass. Because Owen is not the one who likes to be out-wrestled or defeated by somebody who is new like Kurt Angle. I mean, Owen's one of my veterans here. And he definitely doesn't want to be beaten in front of 16,111 people at the K Arena by a newcomer. So Owen is in the ring. He calls out Kurt. And Kurt comes out. And Kurt is in sweats. He's in his Olympic sweats. He has his tracksuit on. He has his track pants on like he wears before he comes out to the ring. But Kurt has the mic in his hand. And Owen goes, "What now? What now? You chipped the nail? You can't wrestle? Huh? You chipped the nail? You can't compete tonight? And you got a doctor's note saying that you can't compete because you chipped your nail? Huh? You got a headache? Huh? You got hemorrhoids? What is it now, Kurt?" And Kurt smiles and he goes, "You see, that's real cute, Owen. That's real cute. That's real funny. I know that you are a competitive guy just like myself. You do not like losing, just like myself. That's why I won this Olympic," and he holds the medal around his neck, "this Olympic gold medal with a broken freaking neck at the 1996 Olympics. Because I don't like losing. And you don't like losing. So I tell you what, Owen. The doctors, my personal doctor, has medically cured me to compete against you tonight." And the fans are like, "Yeah!" And he's like, "Oh, it's true, it's true." And he's smiling like that. And he's just like, "So this one is for all my fans in the arena and the millions around the world watching, even my European fans, my Chinese fans, my Japanese fans, my Indian fans, my Australian fans, my South American fans, my Mexican fans, my Canadian fans. Oh yes, it's true, it's true. I even have more Canadian fans than Owen Hart and the Hart family. I'm more popular in Canada than the Hart family. And Owen's getting mad by this point. Owen's getting frustrated. And he's just like, will you just shut up and get your ass in the ring? And they get in the ring. And Owen goes, like, Kurt gets in the ring, you know, he's walking, still talking smack down the ramp. And as soon as Kurt gets in the ring, Owen just pounces on him. Boom! And takes him to the mat. They start mat wrestling, and Kurt gets the advantage. And he gets back up. And then he pulls the ref in front of him, and he's like, whoa, hold on here. He's like, let me take off my gear. And Kurt, you know, he has like the tearaway track pants, and he rips off the pants, and he's slowly taking off the coat button by button. And Owen's getting frustrated. And the ref's like, hold on. Then Kurt throws the jacket. He throws the jacket in Owen's face and takes Owen for a quick roll-up. I know that the match is going to stay longer, but he grabs Owen and does a surprise cradle on Owen, defeating Owen Hart at not 12:57, but probably like in a minute. And Owen Hart with a 93 and Kurt with a 87. Kurt Angle, ladies and gentlemen. It lost heat, but Kurt benefited. The segment got an 83, not bad. And he beats Owen Hart in less than a minute with a surprise cradle. I'll tell you why I had to book it longer. And he pins him and wins. The ref 1, 2, 3 and beats him. Kurt rolls out of the ring. He's celebrating like he just won the Olympic gold medal at the Olympics. He's, yeah, woo, yeah, baby! And he's celebrating. He grabs the baby in the front row and gives the baby a kiss. He tries to jump on the fans, and the fans, you know, like, he wants the fans to, like, you know how, who can I think of? Like when the big baby, like when Eddie Guerrero won the WWE Championship from Brock Lesnar, and he got in the crowd and celebrated with the crowd, like Kurt does that, but the fans were kind of just like, okay, you know, like a couple are patting him, but he's acting like everybody around him is just loving him, and he's super excited. He's like, yeah, I did it, 2-0, baby, I'm 2-0, baby, whoa, yes, it's true, and Owen's arguing with the ref. And Owen's like, it ain't the ref's freaking fault. So Owen gets out of the ring, and he starts chasing Kurt. And he runs up the ramp and everything like that. And he goes, oh, Kurt invented a new catchphrase. And Owen chases Kurt away, and they run to the back. And Kurt's running, you know, he's running away from Owen, and he's like, stop this maniac, security! Stop this maniac! I beat him fair and square, stop this maniac! And everybody's just looking like, what the hell, you know? And Kurt jumps in his car, and he hightails it off, and Owen finally catches up to him. And he's like, yeah, you better freaking run! You better run! I'll catch you on shotgun! I'll catch you Saturday night! I'll catch you! And that's the segment. Kurt Angle picked up the surprise win, and fucking hightailed his ass out of there when he realized that Owen was after him. The reason I had to book it longer was Owen was okay with losing to Kurt, but Owen was not okay basically getting squashed by Kurt, which he didn't get squashed, you know, it's a story, but he was okay putting Kurt over, but not in that fashion. He was just like, no. So I had to make the match longer than what I originally wanted. Also, I had to fill out time on the card. And that's all the stories I want to tell on Monday Night Raw. And trying to space out all the stories on different shows. You know, like, hey, I'm telling this story on Raw. And I'm telling this story on Shotgun Saturday Night. So, segment got a 95. Not bad at all. I wish their match did a little bit better. I'm pretty sure it's because of that. I can't look. Oh, crap. I can't look anymore. But we're going to move on to the next segment, which I believe is an interview by Triple H. Yes, it is. And Michael Cole is standing there with Triple H. And he goes, Triple H, you've been in a pretty competitive scene for your Intercontinental Championship. Last pay-per-view, you had to defend your championship against 3 other men for the Intercontinental Championship. One of the men being The Rock, one being Chris Jericho, and one being Paul White, who was literally a giant. Even though Chris Jericho couldn't make the match, he still came out there and gave it 100%. And Triple H cuts him off and he goes, "Would you shut the hell up? I'm tired of every single person out here thinking I can't defend. I can't do a Triple H without cracking up. Because after every sentence she goes, ah. But I'm tired of every single person out here thinking that I'm a B-tier wrestler, while people like The Croc, people like Jericho think that they're A-tier wrestlers." He's like, "No, I'm an A-tier wrestler. I proved I'm an A-tier wrestler. Look how long I have held the Intercontinental Championship already. Look who I beat to keep this Intercontinental Championship already." I hear men out here talking about the King of the Ring tournament. Why, I never competed in a King of the Ring tournament. And I would love to throw my hat into that, saying that I want to qualify for the King of the Ring tournament. He's like, hell, I would love to have a World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight title shot at SummerSlam, being the King of the Ring winner. And you asked me about how do I feel about me being in a title division that's highly competitive with all these people. Tonight I have to face Ken Shamrock because he's earned himself a title shot, which I don't even know who the hell he beat to earn the title shot, but apparently he's the number one contender. And then you asked me how I feel about guys like The Rock and Jericho. The only reason The Rock is getting title shots is because he's dating the boss's daughter. He says he's not dating the boss's daughter, but come on. We all see what's going on there. We all see him taking her out and them going out to eat places and all this stupid crap. And the only reason Jericho is getting title pushes is because his ego is so damn big that he forcefully puts himself in the title matches. Everybody keeps thinking that I don't deserve the Intercontinental Championship, that I'm not a main event player. I'm going to show you tonight, and I'm going to show you real soon, that my time is now. No more will I ever be compared to a B-tier wrestler, a B-plus wrestler. Really? I'm a B-plus wrestler? Who's Ken Shamrock defeated, huh? Who has he beat? Nobody. I beat Goldust. I beat Mark Marrow. I beat Ahmed. I beat Farouk. Hell, I beat Rock, Jericho, Paul White. I beat them. I beat Sid at WrestleMania to retain my Intercontinental Championship. A former world champion. My time is not coming. My time is now. And I'm going to prove it tonight when I beat Ken Shamrock and send him back down the ladder where he freaking belongs. I guess Vince, Linda, Shane, whoever the hell runs this stupid ass company, just wants to sign up anybody who they think can be a freaking megastar. Now you got this jabroni from Bingo Halls wanting to make his debut, teaming up with that crook Jim Cornette. Then you have this ass clown named Jericho who's coming from WCW to come here and thinking that just because he wrestled somewhere else and was a C-tier wrestler that he could be an A-tier wrestler here. Well, that's not how it works. That's not how it works at all. Anybody that you put me up against, I'm going to beat. And I'm going to prove it by beating Ken Shamrock. Right now, no more promo time. I got 100. I look great. I do great without a script. I'm fucking Triple H. I'm the best that this company has to offer. I'm not a B-plus wrestler. I'm an A-tier wrestler. I'm an A-plus fucking wrestler. And I'm going to show you here tonight. Next segment. And he ended with 86. 86. Triple H with a 95. Triple H, which we all know. We all know that Triple H is one of the heavy hitters here in this company. Triple H has been putting on some bangers and getting super freaking popular. His popularity skyrocketed after he beat Sid at WrestleMania and retained his Intercontinental Championship. which Sid was not too pleased about losing that match. Let me tell you, Sid was not happy that he had to lose to Triple H that match. But after that, Triple H's pop just boost. And as y'all all know, ratings are based on like their in-ring performance. A lot of it has to do with how popular they are here in the World Wrestling Federation. Not how good they can wrestle, even though Triple H is a good wrestler. The Three's Company storyline advances. Match suffered because there's not enough selling shown. I wonder who that is. And Triple H benefited. Triple H with a 95 and Ken Shamrock with an 81. Not bad. But Triple H defeats Ken Shamrock with a pedigree. And Triple H makes defense number 5 of his WWF Intercontinental Championship. Triple H has been champion since January? So he's been champion for about 5 months. I try to make every person defend a title at least once a month. He's been champion for about a good 5 months, almost a half a year. Segment got an 86. I'm thinking about sending Shamrock to developmental for a little while. And then I scratched that idea. And I'm going to start putting Shamrock on Sunday Night Heat. And hopefully he can start selling a little bit more and getting better in the ring. And gaining some pop and momentum. He went on an undefeated streak for a while, but Triple H put that shit to bed with his shovel. And we move on to the next segment. And Triple H is in the ring. He's celebrating. And he's basically like, I told you. I told you I'm going to win. I told you my time is now. And I'm not waiting no more. My time is now. And I'm here to prove that I'm not just a B+ wrestler in this company. I deserve to be in the main events. I deserve to be fighting guys like Steve Austin, Bret Hart, The Undertaker, Kane. I beat a main eventer. I beat a former world champion, Sid, who was literally the world champion the month before. I beat him. And nobody's going to stop me. Nobody's going to put an end to this. And I'm going on to King of the Ring. And I'm going to win King of the Ring, pretty much. Stemming got 100. We move on to our main event of the night, I believe. Yes. And an exceptional match, which only got an 83, which sucks because I once again forgot to associate it with a storyline. Steve Austin defeats Psycho Sid with a stunner. This match is pretty much back and forth, but Austin, being Steve Austin, he's tougher than a $2 steak, as good old Jim Ross likes to say. He beats Psycho Sid with a stunner. The match, he got a 96, and Psycho Sid with a 92. Triple H outperforming Psycho Sid. But the match only got an 83, which sucks because it was supposed to be the bad attitude storyline advancing, but it didn't. But after the match, after Steve Austin beat Psycho Sid, Steve Austin celebrating, he opens up a can of beer, and all of a sudden, out of the crowd, which is hard to say because this man's fucking huge, comes out of the crowd, Big Show. Big Show hits him from behind and choke slams him. Okay, it advances this storyline. And choke slams him. And beats him and stands tall over Steve Austin. While Sid already rolled out the ring and started going to the back. Big Show attacking Steve Austin. Was this an order by Shane McMahon, or did Big Show do this on his own will, on accord, as they like to say? That finishes the show. The show got a 91, which is not bad. We could have did better. I mean, I think Shotgun Saturday Night got a 91. We could have did better, mainly the main event. But that got hurt because it wasn't. I didn't put a storyline attached to it. I forgot to put the storyline attached to it, which I'm notorious for that. But Monday Night Raw is putting out some green and blue ratings, and that's what I like to see. Obviously, the openers are gonna. The pre-show is not gonna do good, but as long as we're hitting it in the green ballpark, the dark greens I like a little bit more, and the blues I definitely love. Monday Night Raw will definitely be the A-tier show. Increased our popularity in 34 regions. Canada would have gained one, but due to the TV deal, we can't do that. So we're going to finish the show. Chi Cruz is the Canadian wrestler who works in American Canadians middleweight. He's regular style. He's currently the IWA Hardcore working there and USWA. Kurt Angle with a hot new catchphrase. Oh, it's true. It's true. Last night, Raw did absolutely freaking outstanding. Masawa with a press conference. For those of y'all who know who Masawa is. He's becoming a regular wrestler, which sucks because he would probably be a better impactful wrestler than he already is. Ric Flair, the star of the show. We'll check that out. We definitely have more fans than they did. Yes, we did. Jerry Sags got injured at Nitro. Let's go on. Let's see. We're not really worried about Japan right now. Don Harris agrees to work for ECW. ECW is now signing people to exclusively written contracts. I'm not going to tell you how I know that, but let's just say RVD likes money. RVD likes making money, so he decided to sign with me instead, which is awesome. He got tired of working in bingo halls, but ECW basically signing up people left and right all of a sudden. Let's check out Nitro. Scott Hall defeated Greg Valentine. Ric Flair defeats this guy. Jim Duggan defeats that guy. Bob Bryan defeats that guy. Interview with Kevin Nash got a 90. Diamond Dallas Page 67. That's terrible. Harlem Heat defeats those. Barry Windham defeats this guy. Lex interview. Jim Hart interview. Jim Duggan interview. Barry Windham interview. Lord Steven Regal interview. Brad Armstrong and the Nasty Boys defeat them, even though Jerry Sags got that. And Hogan attacked Ric Flair via the crowd. NWO Sting defeats Jim Powers. Which, I don't know how the hell Ric Flair still beats this guy when Hogan attacked him at the beginning of the show. Alright then, that's cool. I think they get more viewers than I do. I think they do. I don't know. We can go find out. Yeah, these are the stations that I'm shown on. I just kept it the same. I was like, yep, that'll work for me. I'll put out bangers, and hopefully we are making more pop than them and any of that stuff. But anyway, guys, this has been Dylan the Villain. I got to see what time it is, but this has been Dylan the Villain. I am probably going to book Sunday Night Heat after this because, as you know, we do Sunday Night Heat on Tuesdays. We are going to be booking Sunday Night Heat after this. And thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for subscribing to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, it's going to be right here where the little Kurt Angle picture is. And if you haven't, and if you like this episode and want to go back and watch later episodes, past episodes, the playlist will be right here. Thank y'all for watching, guys. It means the world to me. Thank y'all for liking the video, for those of y'all like the video. Thank y'all for leaving a comment down below, for those of y'all like to leave comments down below. I will get back to it probably on my personal YouTube account and let y'all know and respond to y'all's questions and stuff like that. When I'm away, Sky Wutai basically runs the channel and does everything, and he's gracious enough for me to put up my TEW content as much as I want to. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for liking the video. Thank y'all for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It helps us out a lot. Like the video. That also helps us out a lot. And if you like this and want to watch more, go back and watch the previous episodes. I have some decisions, and I got my mail that I have to take care of off screen. Don't want y'all to see who I'm signing, our contract negotiations, and all that good jazz, and who's coming to the World Wrestling Federation. Keep up with all future episodes. This has been Dylan the Villain, and like I always say, guys, if you can't play with each other, then go play with yourself. I'm out of here. Love you. Goodbye.